Well, Judd Trump's tan suggests he hasn't spent every day since the Crucible on the practice table, but he'll have been putting the work in, guaranteed, for this event. He's the defending champion. It's all top players, of course. And even if he beats Neil Robertson, it's Mark Selby to come. So no easy matches here. This one, though, has the potential actually to be a mini classic. It's only best of 11, but these two had so many great matches in big finals, big stages. They're evenly matched, a lot of respect between them. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure, Alan, you're as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought, you know, day one, we sort of eased our way into the Shanghai Masters, but the big hitters are now on show. And, yeah, this is set up for a brilliant match, isn't it? Always is, you know, close head-to-head. Good to see Neil back at the top of the game, where we know he belongs, let's be honest. And I think you'll feel good about this today, having had that run out yesterday, beating Pang Jin-soo, as you say. Played quite nicely against us. As you also said, a tough opponent. I suppose opponents don't come more tough than Judd Trump. I'm sure he'll be refreshed, ready to go for this scene. It's been 87 days since he played at the Crucible. I know he had a small event out in Finland, but well, that's not the best start. Very unlike Judd Trump to make a silly error like that. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays and how he settles in early on.
Well, Robertson unable to pounce. I mean, I suppose there's a theory that the fact he's had a match is an advantage, but it wasn't for Shaw Murphy, was it? He lost 6-0 to Mark Selby. And, OK, Trump coming in first match of the season, but this was his first event of last season. Of course, he won it.
One.
Some delighted faces there. He's only potted 2 balls. They were both excellent pots, so nicely in. The record for centuries in the invitation Shanghai Masters is 37. We've already had 19, and it's still day 2. So conditions are certainly conducive to scoring. That best of 11 record of 6 could have been broken this morning. It was equalled. One of the 2 matches it's happened in was at the Masters between Judd Trump and Neil Robertson. So we expect big breaks, and Trump already
11.
with a chance to make one here.
12.
I know he's got every shot in the book, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone play that shot before. The yellow into the green pocket, 1 cushion past the right side of the blue just then. A bit of check for the red. Beautiful shot. Yeah, full of surprises.
19.
And he's going at a fair clip here as well early on, which he normally does, and eyeing up the
20.
bunch of reds as he does. Let's see how well he can get this cue ball spinning, get it out of there after contact. That's the power, isn't it? You know, it wasn't even full
27.
pace, but the cue ball again is spun twice, and a perfect result.
28.
Well, he handed Robertson that half chance, didn't he? And Neil Robertson missed to the green pocket. Will he now get another chance in this frame? Trump made 10 centuries in the tournament last season, which is a record for this event. And of course, by the end of the season, he made 107, which is an all-time record
35.
for a single campaign. He earned the 100,000 bonus prize for it, which is, again, is being offered for this season. Yeah, he won this, which
36.
is a huge event. He won the 2 biggest ranking events outside the World Championship, the new Saudi tournament and the UK Championship. 3 other finals, world #1, record centuries, record prize money. He was a semi-finalist at the Masters and the World Championship.
1 second, Judd.
So, of course, he'd like to win every tournament he enters, but it was a very successful campaign. He was named Player of the Year at the World Snooker Tour Awards.
$42. 43. 50. 51. 58. 59. 66.
Well, he needs 2 more pots to kill this frame off very clinically.
67.
As I say, just 1 miss from Robertson. It wasn't an absolute sitter by any means at the start of the match, but he's already seen, kind of can't afford to be missing them.
$72. 73.
It was a bit side door, that one. Or can he open his account this season
80.
with a century break?
81.
'I think the players, you know, gone are the days where it was commonplace that they had to sort of shake
87.
off the rust in early season. I mean, Judd last season started like a train, didn't he? And he looks very sharp early on here. I know he'd been out in Dubai, and by the looks of him
88.
enjoying a bit of sun and some golf and all that stuff. But it's not all that long ago. The season did finish less than 3 months ago. He'll be on the practice table. Back in the day, it was 3 or 4 months off in total.
It's like he's never been away, isn't it? They love that one. Yeah, he's been on his travels, he's been to Bali, South Korea, seen a bit of the world, but what he really likes to see is the snooker table, of course. The fans love to see him, and this black is to start the campaign with a century. Just 99 to go then for another 100,000 bonus.
103.
He's never cut that in. Good grief, he came close. Well, it's 103 from Judd Trump, off and running then for a new season. Just one miss from Robertson is all it took. An eagerly anticipated match here. Already it's come to life. Judd Trump, 103 in the first frame.
Second frame. Neil Robertson to break.
Neil Robertson knew what he was up against coming in. Of course, he's capable of similar. He was the first man, after all, to make 100 centuries in a single season. In fact, these two are the only players to do it. I'm sure he's delighted, of course, to be back here. He didn't play last year because he wasn't a member of the top 16. And it's not easy to get back in, but obviously winning tournaments with the big first prizes, particularly that one in Hong Kong, the World Grand Prix, that was a huge first prize, and that has helped him get up to number 8 in the world. So Robertson looks like he's back to stay for the next couple of years.
Was typical Trump, wasn't it? Thunderbolt, when it would have been easy to play a containing safety shot, but having none of it. It's one of his favourite shots. Don't want to put the mockers on him, but normally just brushes this in, no problem. Yeah, so the marker is truly, well and truly laid down. Neil will sense that Judd is bang on it.
6.
Yeah, I mean, the conditions are conducive to scoring it. It's not that the pockets are overly generous necessarily. The cloth is beautiful, the balls are opening up really well, but also these are the best players in the world, so you expect it to be high quality. And it's also a tournament, a bit like the Masters in London, where everyone knows they'll have to up their game because there'll be no easy matches. Remember, the winner of this one plays Mark Selby, who was so impressive earlier on.
In a nice position here, just trying to figure out a way of which way to get on one of those 3 reds surrounding the black to get that in play as quick as possible. In actual fact, the way that he's played that, he's kind of going to wait a few shots, try and work off the blue for the time being, and hopefully eventually get on the right one of the 2 reds remaining there.
19.
He just manoeuvres the cue ball so easily, and this time I think it might be the full face of the pink. Let's see. Yeah, deciding to pick them off. He just has so many options
24.
available to him down this end of the table.
Thirty. 31.
Okay, now if he plays on the red by the black, he get nice and straight on it. If at all possible, then he can pick his spot on the black.
36.
Not absolutely perfect. Might. I certainly can't play for a low black, I don't think. Just about managed it. So, as David said, if he chooses to go into them, the slickness of the cloth will help him in getting these open.
44.
Well, they've opened nicely, but is he actually on anything here? Just about, it would seem. Well, is he? I mean, if he is, it's frame over, but been unfortunate, I think. No, he's okay. Just managed to kick that one in.
45.
Yeah, the trouble with it was he couldn't inject pace because he had to hang the pace off to get the swerve and use the side to flick the red in. So in and out of ball, he's just the man for the job, I suppose. Just got to avoid brown yellow. Oh, he's played this lovely. Needs to slow up though or keep going. Got to run.
50.
Tight again, I think. Oh, he's got the gap for the red on the pink spot. That'll do it.
51.
Beautifully controlled again.
Yeah, again, we're talking fractions, aren't we? But now, what a chance to potentially make another century, but certainly win the frame. I thought Mark Williams was very, very impressive against him in that semi-final at the Crucible, but I do wonder what would happen had he played Sing Tong in the final. It's one of those things we'll just never know, but it would have been a fascinating match. I think that's going to be a rivalry maybe that will
57.
develop this season. They've not played that often against each other, actually, Trump and Sing Tong, but you suspect it's going to happen at some point this year, maybe here this week. Frame ball then. Started with a terrific long red.
64.
I think we can say he's not rusty. I think that's the evidence is there that he's in fine shape here as the new season starts.
$72. 73. 80. 81.
He might have a dead weight cannon on the yellow to keep this going. Oh, he was up off. He's still on the red. Surely he can't roll this one in. Let's hope he does, though. What is it? Is it a snooker table or a pool table? That's what it looks like. Oh, he's played that beautifully as well. Absolutely to the millimetre, pretty much.
94. 95.
What a start. Blue for back-to-back centuries. Faces there of sheer wonder.
100.
People here I'm sure do play snooker, but not like this.
102.
Judd made a 1-4-3 earlier. That's the highest break of the tournament thus far.
105. 109. 114. 120.
So 2 golden visits from Judd Trump, 103 and 127. Fantastic start for the world number 1. Doesn't get much better than this. Judd Trump, in no time at all, has opened a 2-0 lead over Neil Robertson. Remember, Trump is the defending champion. 2 centuries. Perfect start. But he knows, of course, Neil Robertson is equally capable of that sort of scoring.
Third frame. Judd Trump to break.
All Robertson did in that last frame was break off. He left a long red. Trump made another century.
Trump actually has an uncanny knack. You know, we know he breaks from, you know, the green half of the table, if you want to call it that, and he seems to, more often than not, he covers that red towards the left pocket with the yellow. I know you can't, you know, it's not an exact science, but he's really good at it, which Neil didn't do, of course, in the last frame and sat it out, as David said. It's a huge part of this game now at this level, the break-off shot.
The other thing he's done, he's brought quite a few reds into play, so already this next shot from Robertson, there's a bit of pressure attached to it. He's seen already he can't afford to leave anything on.
Interesting tactic there by Neil. He almost accepted that he was going to leave Judd something at distance, but he almost sort of dangling the carrot. I mean, I know it's a dangerous old business against Trump, but I suppose it was all he had. But that, you know, that's the sort of tightrope walk. It's just to pull up. Potted the yellow, almost the exact same shot in frame 1. Can he do likewise with the green? Look at these reds now. If he can, if he's brave enough to play the cut back, yeah, it's just a wee bit thin.
Judd Trump 1.
I'm sure I heard a groan there in the audience from someone who just thought he was going to make another century, but of course he's got so much respect for his opponent. It's actually only the second time they played each other in China. The first was the 2012 International Championship final, which Trump won.
This is one of these, he almost has no shot here. Obviously you want to maybe try and land on the red over the right corner, but and maybe have a look to see if he plays that, does he leave the cut back to left corner? That's what he's looking at. This is a nasty one. See, it looks like if he lands in behind the red, our side of it, if you get my meaning, that he's going to leave the other cut back. Whatever he plays, he's going to have to rely on a little bit of good fortune.
Foul and miss. Judd Trump 4. Back.
He's actually, it's really clever the way he's playing at 3 cushions to land dead weight on the red and stop the other cut back. But it's such a high tariff escape.
Too close to. Judd.
Yeah, it looks like he has left the cut back. That was always going to be the problem.
One.
So Trump showed discipline initially with the snooker behind the green, now looking to profit from it.
Brown ball.
He's won so far 8 professional titles in China, 7 ranking events plus this, of course, last year, and he had been runner-up in this event 3 times as well. So
5.
he's got a very good record coming to this part of the world.
Six.
Yeah, complete misjudgment. So it's the only bit of solace that Neil has got so far in the match.
Green ball.
So it's 2 cushions, dead weight on the green. All sorts of things could happen here. Yeah, that's no good. So
Foul and miss.
at last,
Third time
Neil
six.
is going to get his
Neil
hand on
Robertson
the
four.
table. Every credit for holding firm after the onslaught of the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, when it comes to mental resilience, Neil Robertson is one of the very best, isn't he? He showed that last season, finding his way back into the top 16, back into the winner's circle. In fact, I heard him describe it in an interview as his best ever season. He does seem to say that a lot, but he's had a lot to choose from, in fairness, over the years. But I think just in terms of the fact that, you know, it started with a bit of uncertainty and questions, could he get himself back to the very top, and he answered them pretty emphatically.
Five.
Robertson did
11.
make a couple of centuries himself yesterday against Pang Junzhu. He's now only 15 away from 1,000 for his career. Of course, that's a landmark Trump got to last season.
12. 15.
Those two reds just sort of right at the pink spot and below it. Those would be worth playing a little cannon on. I don't think he is, but yeah, deciding to just work off the blue for the time being, which I think is quite smart. They're trying to get the pattern of
23.
Eventually went to get that pink back on its own spot. You see there,
24.
if he got it on it now, it would be out of commission, so that's why he's working off blue and bulk colour for the moment.
$27. 28.
Of course, he did lose first round at the Crucible, and just prior to that, actually, he'd lost 10-1 to Mark Selby at the Tour Championship, so it was a bit of a disappointing end to what had been, up to that point, a really good season. Been on the golf course, hasn't he? That's his new passion. Got right into golf. Don't think he does anything by halves, Neil Robertson.
Yeah, he just can't quite get himself into proper position. Just got to nip this cue ball. Hold for the pink if he can. No, he just was always struggling with his cue ball. And of course, the pressure that he's feeling because of his opponent is maybe partly the cause of the mistake.
Well, centuries are significant and they're impressive, but very often the sort of psychologically important frames are the ones where one player's had a really good chance, as Robertson did, and then it's over to the opponent to punish. Yeah, I think, though, you're right, the start Trump made, Robertson is thinking, I just can't afford not to keep this break going. And in the end, it did slightly unravel.
Seven. Eight.
Judd not doing the referee any great favours there, was he?
14.
Again, quick work though, so gotta get top side of this blue again.
50.
Yeah, not quite. So, yeah, obviously the red that's virtually touching the pin is not on, maybe to right middle, but he's got quite a bit to work out from here. Didn't quite get through that one. Yeah, the head drop tells you the story.
20. Judd Trump, 20. One.
Yeah, that was good. Now, does he play here? He has the deep screw down the line for the loose red if he wants it, with an outside chance perhaps of springing that red into the open, but well, it might go to right middle. Just doesn't want to be hampered. Okay, now it's still a bit awkward, isn't it? All about the last red.
The whooping and hollering is for Ding, who's made a good clearance to level up with Zhang Anda. One each.
Eleven.
I think in a match of such quality, small mistakes can play their part. Judd Trump just didn't quite pull the white back as intended for the red, and he was stretching on it quite badly, and in the end didn't get close to the pot, left Robertson the chance.
19.
And Neil Robertson will be very relieved, because on another day that could have been 3-0. It feels like these two always serve up really good matches. There have been so many. That UK final that finished in the wee small hours. Of course, the Champion of Champions final, where there were 8 centuries.
26.
Played at the Crucible just last season in Riyadh. And indeed at the UK Championship, although that wasn't quite a classic. But they do seem to bring the best out in one another. Robertson on the scoreboard then after the electrifying start from Judd Trump with the back-to-back centuries. He did have a chance in that one as well, but Melbourne man relieved to put it away. So really interesting start here, high quality. There's Judd Trump leading by 2 frames to 1. With the 2 top 8 players have got to the quarterfinals, so the form book is sort of being observed at the moment, but let's see. Now, of course, Robertson, last time he broke off, was his only shot in frame 2.
that was handy from Neil's point of view. It's one of the shots here that players dislike above all others almost. Yeah, no surprise that he missed it first time round.
Foul and miss. Neil Robertson 4.
Obviously be keen to hit it this time with the 3 strikes rule, so
Yeah.
expect him to get it, having had a go. Yeah, it's well done. Better than well done if he's covered the left side, which he has done. One of the little tricks of the trade, isn't it? You know, the first one, like Judd, he almost, he didn't deliberately miss it, but guarding against getting it on the thick side and then reap the benefits second time round. Mini swerve, half ball. Ah, very good. But that's very unlucky if he doesn't get the cover. Oh, he did play it though. It's funny, isn't it? You know, you win a scrappy third frame after the onslaught, and it's kind of just stopped Judd in his tracks. That's what you've got to, you know, try and do by hook or by crook. It's good stuff, this, by Neil. There's certainly no obvious path to that red over the right corner. Perhaps looking for the red just below the black spot twice across. It's whether it slides off the second cushion and miss the red on the left. Yeah, see, it just slides with the new cloth.
Foul and
The
miss.
shot
Neil Robertson
looks
4.
like it's just about on though. Right above the black spot to the left. It's when he got to try and just miss that. Brilliant. Tactically, he's outstanding, isn't he? I mean, even the one where he's hampered, first time round, have a sighter at it, got it right second time. And the same there, the escape. Erred on the sort of low side of the escape and then got it right again second time round. No, he hasn't left the gap, has he? obviously not. Yeah, now Neil, where the green is, he's going to maybe look to play almost a speculative plant. Yeah, it's not easy to obviously to get the plant, but at the very least, got to get both reds away from that pocket. Deciding obviously to use the cluster as a blocker, which was smart.
One.
I do think, though, that, you know, I mentioned the tactical side of Judd there. I think he almost as good as Selby and Higgins in that department, I would imagine. And that's one asset that I think he has, you know, above Neil. Neil's good in that department, but he's not as astute as Judd, I don't think,
Six.
anyway.
Seven.
No, players get sort of pegged with an image, don't they? I mean, Mark Selby, you know, the grinder, the master of brinkmanship. He's an unbelievable scorer. We saw that today. The break building was top class. And Trump sort of pegged as a great potter and shot maker, which he is. But also, as you say, the snooker brain, the all-round game that he's developed over the years is as good as anybody's.
13. You
can certainly nudge that a little too far, so to pot it, you'd have to get right in behind it.
Yeah, it looks like there's hardly anything to aim at in terms of the pocket here, added to the fact it's dead weight. Easy for the cue ball to drift. Now, perhaps there was a wee bit more than we suspected. So the pink is on. Wrong side of blue might be no good. That was probably the best shot of the match so far. Deliberately just nestled the red into the open there, knowing
36.
that it'll be tight whether it goes, but it was deliberately played. It was a brilliant shot. Obviously doesn't have all of the pocket. He has the one above it, the super thin cut. Feels he can get it though off the far jaw. Yeah, too much power. Oh, he's gotten away with it. Wow,
26.
what a result.
It's one of those where you didn't know where to look. Had he fluked one and then surely he must have left something. Amazing. So many moving parts, weren't there, to that shot?
Again, that's such a clever shot. All he's trying to do there is leave the cue ball on the cushion, knowing that Neil can't dig the red near the baulk line. With the red on the right wing being the danger. Such a clever way of playing it. He didn't try to cover the red, he wanted to leave it, because he knows that Neil can do precious little with it. It's small things like that that make all the difference. Forcing Neil into taking the thin cut. This has got to get, you would imagine.
Judd 4.
Just for a moment it looked like, you know, if he gets the wobble there he might be okay, but in went the cue ball.
One.
Again, the trap that he set for Neil, not a lot of players would have seen it. You know, leave the red deliberately, the one in the open, near the baulk line, but as long as you get it welded, he can't do anything with it. You know, so you don't always have to cover the reds in that sense. It's such a clever way of playing it. And
5.
yeah, it's one of those things. It's some players, eventually it makes sense to them, and it does with Trump. So one good positional shot.
6.
Well, it's heavy odds on he's going to win the frame from here, isn't it?
Well, he's certainly been the better player, hasn't he? But it's not just the big breaks that he made in the first two frames, and possibly here as well. It's,
13.
as you say, the thinking, the safety, the tactical side as well, which has helped him.
14. $20. 21.
21.
26. 27.
So not that much more to do here for a 3-1 lead. Neil Robertson will still be vigilant though, in case the chance does come late on. I guess Trump's only problem, and it's not the worst to have, is that he's been so successful the last few years that if he doesn't sort of win, you know, at least 3 tournaments this year, then it seems like not such a great campaign. But that's just measuring him against the great success he's had. Just check of the scores tells him this red is for a 3-1 interval lead.
42. 43.
And there are enough on for a third century. Just feels like nothing that has come easy for Robertson, and that's down to Trump on the other side of his game.
50.
Neil Robertson has really had to fight to get any sort of opening.
51. 56. 57.
Yeah, he made 3 moves in this frame. The first 2 were just to keep Neil at bay, and then the third one was to carve open this opportunity.
'63. 64.
'He seemed more sort of concerned about holding for the reds. He missed the pink. It's not another century, but it's a terrific contribution nonetheless. So Judd Trump on top at the halfway stage of this last 16 match at the Shanghai Masters. He's had Neil Robertson in all sorts of trouble. He's scored heavily. It's all surprised if he won tournaments this season. Meantime, we're back underway on table 1. Judd Trump and Neil Robertson have just returned. It's 3-1 here, of course, to Trump. He started with 2 centuries. Robertson won frame 3, Trump frame 4. It's best of 11, of course, to play Mark Selby, who was so impressive earlier, beating Sean Murphy 6-0. I think so often when top players play each other, you just assume it'll be close. But, of course, they're so good, any of them are capable of dominating.
Yeah, that's Neil Robertson at his brilliant best. Yeah, 3-1 down. He's been largely dominated in this match, but that's a good sign, that knowing that he was leaving a red guaranteed, had he not dispatched the long one. But this looks like it's gone badly wrong. It looks like end of break. Couldn't manage to get the cue ball out of there.
Yeah, disappointing. He's looking to do some heavy hitting himself. Highest break 44 at the moment, Neil Robertson. Clearly that's going to have to improve. Well, it's one of those, isn't it? He pots a lot of these, but not that one. He would have been away had it gone in. But he's offered the chance to trump.
One.
Ding just failed to make his 700th career century there. He broke down an 89 on the pink, so
Four.
we'll have to wait for another frame. But he leads 3-1 at the interval against Shanghai.
5. $12. $13. $20. $21.
Yeah, it does have that one red that's almost on the pink spot, that's on to, you see it in the open there, that's on to right corner. Yeah, at the moment it's
28.
It's not a brilliant pack to go into, the pink as it is. So it looks
29.
like he's going to settle for that loose red, and that will open that area up if he can get nicely on it, which he should do.
$34. $35.
That was a clever way of playing that, being a left-hander
37.
can easily reach it, and just a soft brush cannon. And just release the cue ball down for the black. Alright, he's not on it, but
38.
pink's still on. Right, it's not a singe, but he just got the contact wrong, a wee bit thick on the cannon there, so what does he choose here? Hold or in and out of baulk? It's the latter. It's a natural couple of cushions. And played it to perfection.
$44. $45.
Yeah, I'm not sure Judd Trump kind of knows what a sixpence would be. Why would he? But that's where he placed it, considering the distance the cue ball had to travel.
$52.
So more concern for him. As I say, he missed that long red, didn't he, on another day? He pops
53.
it, but he's just under it in general, isn't he? When Trump has done that to him in the match, he just kept the pressure on.
$16. $61.
Well, still needs this black. If he pots the black, he's 60 in front with 59 on. But if not, then some sort of chance for Robertson.
Yeah, I wonder if one small thing that a crumb of comfort for Neil here is that Judd, as we know, likes to chase a century. You know, probably the correct shot is try and pot the black and leave the cue ball in baulk. But will he be greedy and chase the ton? Nah, he's played it the sensible way. Doesn't mean he's still not going to make a ton though.
68.
Well, the break ends at 68, so one snooker required.
Judd Trump, 68.
Looks like he's snookered himself. Doesn't help.
Ball.
That could be a free ball.
And Judd Trump 4. Frame conceded.
Yeah, he conceded the frame, so Judd Trump, the 68, was the telling break, and he's ploughing on here, just 2 away now from the quarterfinals at the Shanghai Masters. Very impressive overall from the world number 1. 4-1 he leads. A few shouts have come on Neil from the audience, who would like to see a closer match. I'm sure Neil Robertson would as well. He's 4-1 down to Judd Trump. Just hasn't got in and scored, Robertson. His highest break still only 44. Ding Junhui 3-1 up on Zhang Anda. They'll be back in a few minutes to continue on table 2.
6. Seven.
Shanghai Masters is actually one of the few tournaments Neil Robertson has not won over the years. In fact, he's yet to reach a final, 3 semi-finals. He's won 4 titles in China.
11.
Plus, of course, a couple in Hong Kong as well.
He's just looking at the 2 reds in a line.
17.
That's right smack in the middle of that
18.
cluster. He can't do it, I don't think, off this shot. But he was looking at something to release the red. And as a shake of the head, he wanted more angle to release the red that's hampering the black on its spot there. So a change of plan.
23.
Oh, he must be perfect. He can flick the red away.
24.
Yeah, not bad, but he's just a wee bit low in the black for comfort here. What sort of, can he get a substantial piece of the cluster on a can? And it's one of those, as you know, the harder you hit it, the more you lose the cue ball wide to the left.
Thirty-one. 32.
One thing that I've enjoyed about Neil's performance
39.
today, it's been far from his best, but he hasn't been deliberating too much. He hasn't been, walking around thinking a lot. He's been pulling the trigger quickly. So I think the belief is certainly there. I mean, it normally is, but I like the pace that he's playing at. Because if he's going to get back into this match, you think he's going to have to do it quickly. So he's going about it in the correct manner.
Yeah, it's always a good sign if Neil Robertson is
47.
playing that way. I thought yesterday as well, he's playing Pang Zhengzhou, can be a bit stubborn and tough to break down, but Robertson,
48.
he was very keen to get the balls open, make it a scoring game, which of course favours him. So this is first half century, but needs to press on, try and put the frame away.
56.
Yeah, didn't need to go into the reds because this red pot's to right corner, and with a big
63.
colour, Trump will need a snooker. Roberts hung on. Had it gone in, there was
69.
enough on the trip to win that frame. We're talking a couple of centimetres. Okay, wanted to be nice on the red, but if the white had gone in, that would have been a potential massive turning point. So it's not quite done
Neil
yet.
Robertson, 69.
One snooker needed, but Neil Robertson's highest break nonetheless of the match.
Yeah, crisis averted for the moment.
1.
I think the reason as well that he took on the red along the end cushion, just the fact that the brown's out of commission. You know, had that been on its spot and the colours were all in the open, he would have played a different shot. So it's not going to be easy for Judd to get the snooker, obviously, with the
8.
brown there. It's one of those, he'll try and peel all these
9.
red blacks off and get up behind the yellow, or up near it anyway. First things first though, 5 reds, 5 blacks.
$16. 17.
Yeah, disappointed with that one. Don't know if he can play on
24.
black now. He might still be able to. Yeah, he can just get below the red. So just about okay.
35.
Yeah, it's worth considering. Low in the red, push it up table and get in behind brown. But of course he's still going to need red pink or red black with the last red. So that's the only thing. I mean, he's almost guaranteed he's going to get the snooker here, but if it's a successful one, he still needs red, pink or black in addition. Let's see if he can get the red away from a cushion. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all.
Good hit. The danger's still there, but in Robertson's favour, of course, is the fact that brown is safe. Even so, this is all anxiety he kind of didn't need. He just wanted to win a frame clinically and get on with the next one. Try and continue the comeback.
Yeah, he got caught between 3 different shots there. He knew the money shot was tight in behind the black. But he just couldn't make his mind up now. Neil's got to try and dispatch this quickly. Put this frame to bed. Yeah, we know what Trump's like when he gets a sense. All right, he's snookered himself here, it looks like, which is good for Neil, obviously. Clearly helps Robertson's cause, and if he can pot this red now, that should be that. He's had to work in the end for this, but it was you feel a must-win frame. Couldn't let Trump get to 5. Still under it in the match, but his best of 11s is enough time to recover. He's not really played his best yet. There's still time for that, though. As I say, Neil Robertson is as good as anyone at knocking balls in, making breaks, keeping his opponent cold.
6.
Remember at the Masters against John Higgins, he was 5-1 down, wasn't he, in the
8.
first afternoon last season? Won that one 6-5. So he survived the little playing on for snookers portion of the frame. He's won the frame. Neil Robertson wins his 2nd frame of the day. So Judd Trump's lead reduced to 4-2. Remember, it's first to 6 to advance. Because he started with the 2 centuries, had a couple of half centuries as well.
Frame 7, Judd Trump's break.
It's going to be some nights here tomorrow night. This session will feature both Ronnie O'Sullivan and Zhao Xingtong on opposing tables, so you suspect it's going to be absolutely packed to the rafters. Not the best, I guess, for TV that they're playing at the same time, but I'm sure the promoter will be delighted because there won't be many tickets, if any, available. Yeah, this is what I've enjoyed so far in Neil's performances. He's not been wasting an awful lot of time. Another
red goes astray, but I think the intent's been good. I honestly do. It's still early season, all that sort of stuff. I just think, yeah, that if you looked at it in pure numbers, that he hasn't been scoring, but there's been much to be positive about whether he wins today or not. I think the signs are good for having a good campaign.
Yeah, there are certain players, and obviously Trump is probably top of the list. You just expect to see in finals and winning tournaments. And Neil Robertson, Mark Selby, Sean Murphy, these guys are certainly high on that list as well. But of course, you're going to get inevitable sort of peaks and troughs of form. In Robertson's career, if he's done well, he tends to do well sort of several tournaments back to back. So if he could get one on board in early season, it could be a really good campaign. Big tournament, of course, to come after this one, ranking event out in Jeddah, the Saudi Arabia Masters, which Judd Trump won last year when it was staged in Riyadh, and then also the Wuhan Open at the end of August, another big tournament and a ranking event in China. So plenty up for grabs in early season.
Yeah, that's interesting. A rare mistake on the path back to balk from Judd. So I think, as I say, good signs by Neil. I think if you just hang in there and show good intent, eventually you'll get it. I think it's also some of the chances he's had today in terms of scoring. They've been awkward. Black out of commission, pink a bit awkward. A bit like this. I know the pink's in the open, but there's a lot to figure out there. But eventually it will turn. And you'll start getting better chances, then your real good form will come to the fore. He's got himself right in the thick of this match now after a blazing start by Trump.
One.
One thing with Robertson, it's a genuine thing. He is positive always. I mean, even the season he dropped out of the top 16, 23-24. It wasn't a good campaign.
7.
But he found a stat that he reckoned he made the most centuries to frames played, which had never been a thing, but he made it into one because he was looking for something to hold on to. And you could argue he carried that forward last season and, he's now back where he belongs again. When you see him sort of sat watching in the non-striker's chair, he's never slumped, is he? He's always alert. He's always ready if the chance comes.
8.
And determined to take it, as he will be here, just working things out.
Sorry? Pink ball.
Shot there. He played a nice shot. I mean, it wasn't easy to get the black. He's trying to nudge the black into the open. But again, it's good intent. He's been not unlucky, but some of the chances he's getting, the high scoring colours have been awkward and lots to work out. Chasing his tail largely with it as far as the cue ball goes. Doesn't mean he's been put off the scent. His work ethic's been excellent, I think, today. Oh, this is a thin one. Oh, and now he's got the reward that he's looking for. You know, hand of apology, but as I said before, every credit, you know, you just keep on keeping on, and eventually something good will happen. Maybe that'll be a turning point for his day.
Yeah, I mean, he raised his hand, but that only happened because he took the risk and he went for it and tried to make something happen. Stay positive.
Twenty-two. Twenty-three. 29. 30.
Well, you can hear the applause next door. I don't know how many of the crowd are aware, but Ding has made a second century, so that's his 700th for his career. Only the 8th player to have made that many in professional competition. So, you know, we've got a new Chinese world champion who we'll see tomorrow, but Ding's still at the very highest level doing the business. 700 centuries for the great man.
$35. 36.
Neil Robertson here's only 15 away from 1,000, but right now the importance is this match and taking this chance.
$43. 44. 51. 52. 57. 58.
Yeah, it's nice to win matches, obviously going away from your opponent, but it's also nice when the first part of a match you've been under the cosh and you stick with it and keep the belief, and then it slowly but surely starts coming together. It's been the kind of story today. It's been far from vintage, but the application has definitely been there for Neil. And he's just slipping into form at the time of the match you'd perhaps want to, when it is a close encounter like
65.
this is clearly is now.
Yes, at no point has he come to the table given the impression, oh, it won't be my day, whatever happens, you know, that sort of body language. Far from it, actually. Oh, but he's missed that one. His frame isn't done yet.
Robertson, 65.
There's still enough on here. He just needed that on the black, and it would have been 4-3.
Oh, that was an incredible miss. I actually get it. It was one of those you're kind of half stretching, not making excuses for him, but you're on the stretch and you decel, just playing the holding cue ball for the black, and well, we know what Judd's like in this type of position. He's been sat in his chair for a bit and asking himself a couple of questions. Can he come up with a big answer? Not easy, but it's a chance that he didn't think was going to come.
Well, he made that wonderful clearance, of course, against Mark Williams in that Saudi final decider. 9 each, with all the money on the line.
Eight. Nine.
He actually played that too well. He played it with a bit of check, a bit of left-hand side. He hold this cue ball for the two reds. Oh, that's superb. It looked like nothing, but that was a supreme little piece of ball striking.
16.
So, all of a sudden, you do wonder, do we have a new favourite for this frame? That red and the next one, obviously no problem.
17.
I wonder, because points aren't, well, critical at the moment. I wonder if he plays maybe on pink or yellow off this next red to get easy access to the next one.
24.
Be thinking about it, but he's got plenty of options. Yeah, just sticking down the business end for now.
25.
It's actually quite a nice shot, this, to play for the red on the cushion. You just want the tiniest bounce off the second cushion. Just a tiny bounce you're looking for. Just like that. That is absolutely played to perfection.
32. $33. $35.
So he can take a green at least.
36.
And it means that it will be a still out of nowhere. Robertson looked to be playing the best snooker from him of the match. Missed that red with the rest. Is Judd Trump going to do the rest?
41. 43. 46. 50.
Well, little short, wrong side.
Yeah, good thing. It almost wants the cue ball where it is now, playing this shot. He's played it lovely, you know, being a left-hander as well
55.
helps it. Almost exactly where the cue ball was. So 3 cushions, bulk side, side, and get nicely on the black. Perfect.
Well, this is, of course, the highest level of the sport with these top players, and Neil Robertson knows that you cannot afford to miss balls like the one he did. Simple as that when you're playing someone like Trump. Massive steal from Judd Trump. What a clearance from the world #1, just as it looked like there'd be just one frame in it. He's taken the frame out to lead 5-2. It's a massive, massive body blow for Neil Robertson. Well, big steal from Trump. Big blow for Robertson, who now is 5-2 down. Just, if the scoreline is one thing, and that's bad enough, but it's just as he was starting to play really well, just one miss opened the door, and Judd Trump superbly took the frame out. Now then, we're going to show you table 2 because Yang Ander has a chance to make a maximum. So everything that's been happening, Ding with his 700 centuries, the drama of Trump Robertson. Could Zhang steal some of the headlines for himself? We have had one this season, Fang Zhengyi at the Championship League. We had 15 last season, that was a record. Zhang made one at the UK Championship last season. He's had 3 in his career. We've only ever had 3 in Shanghai itself. Pretty cool customer, isn't he, Zhang? But let's see how he feels here. With 8 balls to go. You always look at the pink, I think, in maxims as well. It's just sort of down the table a bit. They're cheering every ball, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting excited, no wonder. It is a very good chance, but yeah, you're right, the pink is not easy. The only good thing, you know, being a right-hander, if he can get anything around straight on the blue, then you would expect him to get quite nicely on the pink. Got to run. Yeah, that's okay.
120. about 1.
Well, he always looks cool, Zhang, but the nerves must be there. It's a big stage. He's playing Ding here in China. Trump and Robertson on the other table. Can he negotiate the final 5 colours here?
8.
$125.
16
9.
players have made at least 4 maximums in tournament play. Zhang looking to join that list.
$129.
16.
That's exactly what he was looking for. I mean, that's where you'd have the cue ball with hand, so
17.
nothing, absolutely nothing to do with the cue ball, just about there. And then it's side cushion with the cue ball, and you think he's bound to be, you know, pretty nicely on the black. Don't let us down now, Zhang Anda. What an effort.
24.
Oh, deep breaths. Referee just trying to calm everybody. Big shot here,
25.
pink to black. Fantastic. Zhang Anda then for his 4th career maximum. Trump has stopped playing to let him have the moment. There it is. Brilliant. It's only day 2. This is turning into one of the all-time great tournaments. Look at the faces here. Absolutely delighted to see a little piece of snooker history. It's only the 4th maximum made in Shanghai, the first for 9 years, and it's been made by Zhang Anda, who's struggling in the match, but that is a moment he'll remember for a long time, as indeed will this audience. Oh, what's going to happen next? It's 4-2 to Ding in the match, but Trump is trying to block out all the noise and get the match won here on table 1.
Yeah, what a moment. I mean, he did it, didn't he, in the, was it against Tom Ford in the final a couple of years ago in the International, and just superb for the occasion as well, as you say. Meanwhile, to the calm of our feature match, Judd Trump on the verge of getting this match done on the back of an unbelievable
31.
pinch to win the last frame, to go 3 clear again.
32.
These players are something else, aren't they? And the strength in depth now. You know, I was at the Championship League recently, and not every tour player was in it, but we had 109 centuries, and they were made by 64 different players. So half of the players in it made a century.
37.
That's the standard now. Some of those weren't even on tour. They were top-ups.
The plot thickens. He's still on the brown, but it'd be a brave man to take that on. He's got the look about him. He's itching to continue the break, but there's not an awful lot of pocket to aim at there with the yellow. Oh, but brilliant recovery. Well done. Ultimately, it's going to be about the cluster of reds. Can he get those into the open to close this match out? This looks a natural on and off the end cushion for black.
41.
Not perfect. Can just about get the cannon on them if he wants it.
So much excitement next door, but Judd Trump just trying to focus here
14.
on what he's doing. This is what these players want, though. They want to play in a good atmosphere, a big tournament like this in a great city. And
49.
this is where they produce the goods, and Trump having made that clearance, now it's in his hands to close this out in style.
$56.
Yeah, it's been such a classy contribution, and it not just this, of course, the clearance that you mentioned, Dave, but
57.
yeah, I do feel for Neil Robertson, but that's the test at this level, isn't it? You know, the higher up the level you go, the less mistakes you can afford. It was a bog standard red that he missed to that right corner pocket, and basically he hasn't had a shot since.
Yes, and it's worth reiterating, this is his first match of the season.
64.
First match since he lost to Mark Williams in the semi-finals of the World Championship, but with the standard as it is, you know, you have to put the work in, you have to be ready, you have to hit the ground running. And that's what he's done. And this blue means the defending champion will be here in the quarterfinals to take on another great, Mark Selby. Disappointment for him. Had he got that red with the rest, 4-3, you just never know. But Trump has been excellent from ball one of this match.
71.
Can he finish with a third century?
Yeah, we'll just say though, I do think there's, you know, plenty for Neil to be positive about. He will be disappointed at the end of this, of course he will. You know, it's a shot here and there at this level.
79.
And it was a very bad miss indeed. It doesn't need me telling him that, Neil Robertson, but as I say, I think he's been okay today. I think, you know, some of the early signs were a wee bit concerning, but then he got himself into the
84.
match. He just couldn't. Just quite close to 4-3 behind to make this a real close affair.
85.
But Judd Trump has punished him, as he normally does. But Neil will be back, as I say, good fighting performance, but this wasn't quite on it today.
90. 91.
Well, he made centuries in each of the first two frames. Looking good to finish off with a third. He played so well last year. No one got close to him last year. He only lost 12 frames in the four matches he won to win the title.
98.
He loves Shanghai. Shanghai loves him. And what a great finish from this great player. Trump v Selby then. A mouth-watering quarter-final.
107. 110. 114.
'Crowd loving it, and why not? $125. So he began with breaks of 103 and 127, trying a little trick shot at the end, but Judd Trump with the third century, a little pat on the back from Neil Robertson. He knows the last frame was big when Trump made the clearance, just gave him that breathing space, and the crowd have been treated to an excellent display. And the defending champion Judd Trump marches into the quarterfinals of the Shanghai Masters, a winner by 6 frames to 2.